Welcome back to the Hunt Fish Live podcast. I'm Dan, your host, and it is ice fishing season. I'm very excited for this to be here. We haven't had an ice season in a couple years. Last year we got out twice, and that was not enough. Last Sunday we headed over to my buddy Corey's pond, and the ice is kind of sketchy, but it was okay. There was about 4 inches, and their pond isn't very big, so it freezes fast. So we headed over there, and we thought we were going to get on fish right away. We fished for a few hours. Corey caught a couple bass, and my wife didn't catch anything. I didn't catch anything. Our daughter had a great time, and Corey's girlfriend, Jenna, didn't catch anything either. We were fishing in probably 6 foot of water, average. Maybe a little less than that. We were dropping down 3, 4, and 5 millimeter tungsten jigs from Lake Effect Lures here in Michigan, and tried many different colors. Tried waxworms, tried spikes, tried plastics, and nothing was too hungry. We ended up fishing for about 2.5 hours or so, and ended up calling it. Nothing was biting. Their pond is actually part of it's like backwaters to a small dam on a creek that goes into a small river, and it holds fish. There's usually always fish in there, but sometimes they're just not where you can get to them. It gets deeper, more towards the current, and shallower on the other side of the pond from where we were, but yeah, I just think the fish were a little bit deeper and closer to that moving water. It had been locked up for a few days, so there wasn't really any water running into the pond to bring in some food for the fish or anything for the fish to eat. So I'm sure they're by that moving water. His pond holds a good number of big bass, huge pike, and giant panfish. We have caught big bluegill, big sunfish, and big crappie in the past. So it's just one of those days. Sometimes that happens there, but when the fishing's good, it is amazing. So hopefully, with this cold snap coming up, and I guess the forecast for January is supposed to be pretty cold, so hoping to get back out there and have a good time on my buddy's pond. He loves ice fishing. His girlfriend loves ice fishing, and it's so fun to share those times with them and show them how to do it, how we do it, and they show us how they do it, and it's always fun. Yeah. I'm just excited we were able to go. So that was the first trip of the year. The second trip of the year, my wife and daughter and I went up north on Christmas Eve, and we fished. We found a lake in the Cadillac area that had some really good ice, about 6 inches or so of clear solid ice. We didn't go very far out from shore. I think we fished anywhere between. Well, I started on drop off. It was like 5 foot deep, and my wife started out in 10 feet of water, and she was only, I don't know, 15 feet away from me, so it dropped off pretty fast. We moved. I wasn't getting anything. I wasn't marking anything. She was catching little perch in that 10-foot range, so I moved out to her area, drilled a hole, set up, and I wasn't really catching anything in my spot. I'm not quite sure if I was too far in the weeds yet. We were right on the weed line, and that's what we look for in the wintertime during ice fishing. We look for that weed line, especially in these lakes. There's perch and walleye, bluegill, crappie, bass. Just a good summer and anything, but we go up there for the perch and the walleye. We know you can catch the perch and walleye on those weed lines where we were, so that's what we were trying. We were using 4mm and 5mm tungsten jigs. We didn't really have much time. We had about 2 hours. We got there kind of late in the afternoon. It wasn't cold. It was kind of cold. It was probably like 35, 32, something like that. So not freezing, not like frigid cold, but it was freezing cold. Which is good. It kept the ice great the whole time we were out there. So got there a little before 3 o'clock. Got on the ice a little before 3 o'clock. Fished for about 2 hours. We caught some really nice perch for there. Nothing to keep, but definitely the quality we were looking for, or just a little shy of the quality that we were looking for. She ended up moving out to about 12 foot and had something huge on. Actually, no. In my hole that I was fishing in, I had this mark that wasn't moving, and I wasn't marking any panfish or perch or anything. So I think it might have been a pike just hanging out. Well, we switched holes, and she dropped her jig down there and put on a plastic minnow bait and started working it, and all of a sudden the shape started moving, and it was headed right towards her bait. She hooked it up, and I think she hooked. Maybe she couldn't get it to bite. I don't remember. I might have had it on. I don't know. One of us had it on, and it broke our line. I think it was. Oh man, I'm getting this all messed up. I think I had it on, or she tried catching it, and she wasn't able to get it to hook up. She ended up putting a small perch on the end of her jig and trying with some live bait. So she got a look out of it, but no commitments, which you can't really complain about. So we had fun up there. It was a great way to spend Christmas Eve afternoon, that's for sure. Hanging out with the family and getting some ice fishing time in. Shortly after, probably Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Day after Christmas. Weather got warm, and we haven't seen below 40 in quite a few days. It rained all weekend. I was supposed to go up to my buddy Josh's deer hunting this weekend, but I caught whatever upper respiratory infection the rest of the family has, and I ended up canceling, which was kind of good. It rained a lot, and I'm not really a fan of hunting in the rain. I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind it because he's got box blinds and stuff, so it would have been fine. But I didn't want to drag my sickness along and pass what I have onto them. So they got 3 kids. Him and his wife had 3 kids. So just tried to avoid that situation. We are looking at a cool down starting today here in Michigan. 20s, highs in the 20s in the next few days. And from what I read, January is supposed to be pretty cold, so we will be ice fishing more this year for sure. I can't wait to get back out. I'm jonesing to go. I think I have, as far as this weekend goes, I think I'm going down to Indiana for the last hunts of the season. Bow hunting, archery season closes down there this weekend, and there is nothing down there after that as far as deer hunting goes. I did find out here in Michigan there is an extended late season archery hunt that goes pretty much the whole month of January. It's only available in certain counties. Kent County is one of them. So I have found a few spots in Kent County to hit up. So I might give that a try, but I might be too busy ice fishing. You can't beat it, and you got to do it when you can. So we will see how that goes. Next episode, I'll definitely update on the hunting trip or whatever I get into this weekend as far as outdoors goes. I'm hoping to get back down hunting, get out hunting one more time. I need some meat in the freezer and some redemption. I haven't had much good luck lately in the deer hunting world, so I need to change that. I want to change that, and I'm gonna try. It's gonna be tough hunting in 23 degree temperatures this weekend, but we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it because I need to do it. I'm not done hunting yet, and I have the bug bad. It's always one of those things when hunting season is over. I get deer depression like crazy, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it, and it's just, I hate it. I just love deer hunting so much that it hurts my soul when I can't do it. So, what are you gonna do? That being said, let's see what else we got going on today or this week. So for the past few years, I've been wanting to get into fishing only with plastics through the ice, and I can never quite get it to work. I know there's people out there that only use plastics for panfish, and I want to be one of those guys. I can never get them to work when I want them to, enough to not buy, to not stop and have to buy spikes or wax worms. But that is my goal. I would love to not have to buy bait. I have so many plastics in my ice tackle, and so does my wife, and it's a goal of mine. I know it seems fickle, but there's just so many options, so many colors, so many options, so many scents. A lot of bait companies now are putting out ice plastics for panfish. So the thing is, though, I have used plastics for panfish, bluegill, crappie, perch during the summer, in spring after the ice is gone, and they work fine. Like, I do great using them. But for whatever reason, I cannot catch a fish through the ice on plastics to save my life. It's very frustrating because I don't want to buy bait anymore. It goes bad. You have to use it within a certain time, otherwise it starts getting old and yucky. But I have a bag full of plastics that I can't use because I don't know how to use them, apparently, which is super annoying. Let me know in the comments, are you a plastics fisherman for panfish, or do you stick to live bait? Let me know. I'd love to hear your tactics and your thoughts towards plastic. So let me know, and I will try to put those to use. Well, that's it for this episode of the Hunt Fish Live podcast. I've got a deer hunting trip coming up, probably the last of the year. Well, the last trip of the year. I got some deer hunting around home I could probably do as well. But ice season is here. Just waiting for this cold weather to kick in and the lakes to freeze back up. But I'm ready. The gear's ready. The Vexlar's charged. My rods are rigged. And it's time to get on the hard water. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great week, and good luck out there.